Hello everyone, welcome to episode 14, I think it's 14, pretty sure it's 14, episode 14 of HorrorHouse. I do apologise first of all for there not being an episode last week, as there should have been, but being busy got in the way, but you're getting one this week, so it all works out in the end. Today, I have someone I'm incredibly excited to talk to on. You know him as ScreenJunkies' #1 fan, certified by Mr. Andy Signor himself, and the biggest sweetheart we all know. It's Raul Rodriguez. Hi, Raul.
Hi, Morgan. Thank you so much for inviting me and to receiving me on your show.
I'm very excited to have you on. I really am. I know how much you will be excited to talk about what we're talking about today, because what we're talking about today is 2016 in horror film, because we are at the end, coming towards the end of 2016 now, and there's not really any more horror films to be released, so we're going to take a bit of a look back at this great year for horror.
Oh, yeah. It was a very interesting year for horror.
It really was. I wanted to start off, like I do with every new guest, by asking you to talk for a bit about what your favourite horror film is of all time, if that is even, possible.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking about it throughout this whole 3 days. First, Nolan stole my favorite one.
Oh, well.
I have two. They're very on the first place because first is Scream.
Yeah.
Because Scream, I have seen it so many times.
Yeah.
A lot of times I love it. All four movies. I have heard of a lot of people that hate four.
Oh, I don't mind 4.
I like four too. I like all the meta comedy.
Yeah.
Like how can they go from the meta from Scream and they took a lot of extra meta on the fourth one.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I love the most. And so also like recently I was in Monterrey, Mexico, and so they were screening a lot of horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
And so my friend told me, hey, they're playing Scream again. And I was like, oh, that would be like a dream come true because I saw Scream on VHS. And so I went to see it, and it was like the first time.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
That's
I
great.
enjoyed it completely. But before Scream, there's another movie. I haven't seen it a lot of times as Scream, but it was the first movie that it surprised me, and also it has a really cool twist. It's my first movie that I saw with a twist. It's
Okay.
called In the Mouth of Madness.
In the Mouth of Madness.
Sam Neill. I don't know if you have seen it.
I haven't seen it, no. Please talk a bit about that.
You need to see it because it's a very underrated film. It's by John Carpenter.
Oh, okay. I knew the title felt familiar.
Yeah, and so this movie, it was like quick story. I was 7 years old,
Mm-hmm.
7, 8 in 97.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was the first day that in my home we had cable.
Okay.
And so it was summer, and my mother, she needed to do some stuff, and so she let me see in the TV. And then I was channel surfing, and I found In the Mouth of Madness.
Okay.
It was already at the beginning, but I didn't see the first scene. So the twist was even more surprising because if you see the movie, they give you like a hint of the twist in the first 3 minutes.
Okay.
And then cuts out to the credits.
Okay.
And so when I saw the credits begins when they're imprinting all of the books because this movie is about like a Stephen King writer.
Yeah.
But his name is Sutter Crane. And he's a big hit. He's like the J.K. Rowling in that movie. He sells more, and even says on the movie, he sells more than the Bible and says
Right.
on the newscasters and everything. But Sutter Crane, he hasn't sent to the publisher. The publisher is Charlton Heston. He
Okay.
hasn't received the last book. So Phil already on a deadline. They're already pre-selling a lot of stuff about marketing, like cups and everything.
Yeah.
And so I was like, whoa, this is before all the cinematic craze, like 20 years before, like in the present.
Yeah.
And so Sam Neill, he's a PI, and so they tell him, you need to find Sutter Crane, we need the last book.
Yeah.
But he's not a fan. So he sees all of the people that read the books became psychotic.
Right.
They start to killing people. Sorry for the words because I'm bilingual. So they start
No
to
worries.
imagining all of the monsters, the creatures, everything that are on the books.
Yeah.
And so another person from the publishing side goes with Sam Neill's character, and they go to find Sutter Crane.
Okay.
And so I don't want to tell you about the whole premise because it's a beautiful movie. I enjoy it so much, and I remember still when I watch it, I tell my mom all about it. Said, "Why do you see that type of movie?" and I said, "First, mom, you let me alone with the cable."
Yeah.
And then second, I enjoy it so much because before that movie, I already seen Halloween. So it wasn't I was introduced to horror by very little.
Yeah.
And the movie that really kept me going up at night was Poltergeist.
Yeah, when you're a kid, Poltergeist can be pretty, because it's a lot to do with kids and the whole scary clown toy and the whole everything. It's just, yeah, I can see why Poltergeist would keep someone up.
I think that a lot of children, even my sister, the scene that scares her the most is the scene when the tree is eating the boy.
Yeah.
And so the scene that scares me is when the mom is in the pool and all of the bodies start rising up.
No, that's a good scene. That's a good scene.
That's a great scene. And also the scene when she's running through the hall in the hotel.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, I love Poltergeist. I still remember when my mom and I went to see that horrible remake.
I didn't see that.
Oh, even though it was horrible, but that end scene when you see the other side, they had a good idea, but they didn't do it well.
Yeah.
They had a great idea, but okay. And also, in the Matter of Madness, I highly recommend you to see it.
Well,
it's
I
great movie.
I will take that recommendation and I will pass that recommendation on to anyone listening. Now, you've heard how much Raul loves this film, and you should trust anything Raul says because he's great.
Oh yeah, like you said, like when my girlfriend, like 3 years ago, I told her all this story, and she told me, "Wow," because she wants it when she loves it when I tell her all of the movie.
Yeah.
Because I always incorporate some stuff that I add because I imagine some extra stuff.
Yeah.
And so when she saw the movie, she even enjoyed it, but she was like, "I liked it better how you told me to."
Because, oh well, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, because she understands why I like it because really the movie has a massive twist at the end. And I was like, now I understand why you like so many movies that have those type of twists. And so, like, I still remember I saw that movie and I never saw it again until I was 16 because that movie is so underrated. I was in Mexico at the time. That movie was difficult to find.
Yeah.
Not even on VHS. And so I found it on a DVD store, a very random one. It was cheap also. On those times, it was like 50 pesos. There's $5. And so I was like, oh no, I need to buy it. So, and I saw it again, and then I saw a video of Chris Stockman on his collection of Blu-rays.
Yeah.
And then he said that he already had it. I was like, oh no, I need to buy it. And so I bought it for $15. I didn't care about the price because I need to see it because it's one of my favorites. So that one is Scream top one of horror.
Yeah. Well, you might have just shown the most amount of passion for a single movie that we've ever had on HorrorHouse.
Oh no, and I haven't even told you a lot of scenes that I love about that favorite is the last 20 minutes because it involves the twist. And so I don't want to
Yeah.
tell you the twist.
No, no. No spoilers here. No spoilers
no
here.
spoilers. Okay.
Okay.
So let's start.
Great start, Raul. We decided for this episode, because we're doing a look back at 2016 in horror, we decided to do a bit of a top 5 list thing. And I'm not very good at making top 5 lists at all, to do with anything. So this was difficult, but I was helped by the fact that I was fortunate enough to go to Manchester's Grimfest, which is a horror film festival here, and see a bunch of weird little horror films that a couple of them have made this list.
Oh,
So I'll be talking about some different ones that you might not expect.
Oh, okay.
But yes, so yeah, that was great. If you want to hear more about Grimfest, please. I did a little recap of it on a previous HorrorHouse episode, where it was just me. I think might have been episode 11, if I remember correctly.
And also, you had the director of one of those movies.
I did, and hint, hint, I'll be talking about that one.
Ooh.
If anyone remembers what that was, yes, I did. I had the director of one of these movies, and I will go into that later when it comes up. Do you want to start us off, Raul? What is your number 5?
Okay, number 5, I have The Conjuring 2.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Because Conjuring 2, even I needed to see it again, but when I saw it, I didn't want to see it because I didn't like the first one. I know that a lot of people love it, but the first one... I
preferred Conjuring 2 to the first one.
Oh, thank God, because
I did prefer
people,
Conjuring 2.
Oh no, the first one is better. So I prefer this one instead.
Yeah.
Because the first one, it felt a lot of like Amityville horror with The Exorcist. So the story was very familiar to me.
Yeah.
So I was bored on the first one. And so even in the second one, you can see a lot of poltergeists in there.
Yeah.
But it was entertaining.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
And also the thing that I loved the most was the relationship between the main characters. I forgot their names.
Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Yeah. The Lorraines. And so that's the thing that I like the most about Conjuring 2.
Oh yeah. I mean, those two as characters are just great. I mean, they're maybe the best horror characters we've got in sort of a franchise at the minute, because horror doesn't really do a lot of good franchises currently, but The Conjuring is up there.
Not a good franchises.
Yeah, I mean, Conjuring 2 for me, I like it when big studio horrors are done well. And I think that was the case with Conjuring 2, because most horrors I tend to prefer are the smaller ones, the indie ones, because they tend to be weirder and or more sort of violent and stuff like that. But I did like The Conjuring 2 because, well, James Wan as a horror director is perhaps the best we've got today.
Even though I haven't seen the Insidious movies.
I like the first one, but that might just be because the sort of ghost demon looks the spitting image of Darth Maul.
Oh, I know about the image because I have only seen the third one because me and my sister, we were in the theater because we have 2 theaters here in Brownsville, Texas.
Yeah.
We have the regular one and we have the dollar one. The dollar one is all of the current movies. They go there 3 months later, and you can see it for $1 or $2.
Okay.
And so we were like, let's go to the dollar theater, and we saw there was the Insidious movie, and then I said we can saw the other one, but my sister said we haven't seen the other 2, and I said I heard that this one's a prequel, so I was like, okay, I saw it, I enjoy it.
Okay.
It's not like a wow, it's an amazing movie.
Yeah.
But I really enjoy it because
Mhm.
but it's not like a nurse to see them.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind the first one, but I haven't seen the other two. I will admit because I had no sort of I didn't love the first one enough to go yes, Insidious. I must see them all.
Yeah.
But that's not the case with The Conjuring. I'm more in favour of The Conjuring. I will continue to see Conjuring related films
Oh
because
yeah.
I love Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson as as the Warrens. I think they're great.
Oh no, I would love like 3 or 4 movies of them
Yeah,
because they're
we just
very
need more of them.
interesting.
More stories with them.
No, also an honorable mention because, like you said, there's I haven't seen a lot of indie movies of
Hmm.
horror, but I saw one like 3 or 4 months ago. It's called Mothers, but the remake is not the original one from France.
Okay, the remake of Martyrs.
Yeah, it stars
Okay.
Troyan Belisario. She's from Pretty Little Liars. I'm a Pretty
Okay.
Little Liars fan. And
Okay.
so my friend told me, "Hey, that Spencer from Pretty Little Liars is on that movie.
Mm.
Maybe we should see it." And I saw it, and by the half of it, she was like, "I'm out," because she didn't like the gore. And she was like, "I'm out." So the following day, I saw the other half, and so
Yeah.
I really enjoy it because they incorporate not only about the gore. I really like the story behind it because
Okay.
it's all about the martyrs and the suffering
Yeah.
and about religion. And
Yeah.
so, but that movie is like maybe I need to see the original to appreciate it more
Yeah.
because I have heard that the original is more bloodier.
Yeah, I've heard good things about the original Martyrs. It's not one I've seen as well. Listeners, by now you should know that there are gaps in my horror knowledge, even though for some bizarre reason I do host this show. Um,
Hey, like I said, like a lot of people and a lot of ScreenJunkies fans on Twitter,
yeah,
we don't have the time to see everything.
no, no, we don't.
Like you're 19 and
I
I'm
am.
27, and I haven't seen everything. Also,
No, no, I mean, very few people have seen everything. I don't think anyone has seen everything.
I think that the only person well, is already dead, but Roger Ebert. I
Roger
think he
Ebert
said what
probably, yes, would have seen
maybe he
everything.
saw everything before he died.
Yeah, I would think
But,
the our Lord and Savior, Roger Ebert.
oh yeah.
Yeah, but that's a pretty cool little different honourable mention. I didn't think that one was gonna come up, but
Yeah, and like and also like a weird one that I saw that is on many lists. I don't consider Neon Demon as a horror movie.
I put the Neon Demon as an honourable mention because I wasn't sure whether to put it as a horror either, but I really
Yeah,
did like it.
I enjoy it also. It's also in my honorable ones
Yeah,
because Neon Demon surprised me.
yeah, oh
And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because when you like me, when you get older, you all of the movies that you have already seen, you're already expecting something.
Mhm.
And so when I was watching Neon Demon, I was like, I hope this happens. And
Yeah.
so when that happened at the end,
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, I guessed it. And I was surprised
It
because there's a lot of movies that don't take a chance.
no, it went
It went
wonderfully
there.
weird. It went
That's
there.
the thing that I love about Neon Demon.
It was not afraid to go to some weird places.
Yeah.
But that's why we love this sort of stuff. And I also want to just mention that the stylish nature of the Neon Demon really sort of struck me. It was like Suspiria in the way it was lit. It
I
was
have to see that one. A lot of people have recommended
yeah,
that movie.
yeah,
Suspiria.
yeah. It was a beautiful film to watch. It really surprised me. I thought I was gonna go in. I can't remember when it was released. I think it was like March. Um,
I think I saw it like in April or May.
yeah, it was something around then.
Yeah.
Um, But I remember going in thinking, oh, I've heard this is quite stylish. I've heard, you know, this is supposed to be probably a bit dark. I wasn't prepared for the level of darkness that it would go to, though.
That scene with the girl from the Hunger Games when she sees the moon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yes.
whoa.
Jenna Malone.
Yeah.
It's
Also,
all
without taking
very.
spoilers, the pool scene.
Yes.
That one.
Yes. Everything. Go and watch the Neon Demon, guys, if you haven't already. And Keanu shows up, so that's always fun.
For like 2 minutes.
Yeah, not a big role, but that was fun.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so my number 5 was the film we mentioned before. It was called Tonight She Comes, and the director, Mr. Matt Sturts, I had the pleasure of interviewing on this very show back in episode 11. I'm pretty sure it was episode 11. But Tonight She Comes I saw at the Grimfest Festival in Manchester, and it was brilliant. It was such a small, little, perfect, indie, weird, horribly gory thing. It just got more and more insane as it got along. You will not see a more insane final scene than in Tonight She Comes. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Okay.
Because I just think if I told you what it was, I think you wouldn't want to watch it. Because it was that ridiculously gory and horrible. But it's just great. Seriously, I don't know if it's even got a theatrical date or anything yet. I know it's still touring around a few small horror festivals, both in the UK and the US. Definitely keep a lookout for it, guys. It's called Tonight She Comes. It stars pretty much no one you've ever heard of. It's not anything like that. Written, directed, produced, edited by the guy Matt Stewart's, who I interviewed on here. It was funny as well. It was really funny. I love weird indie horrors because they are not, they are the ones that aren't afraid to be as brutal and as gory as they need to be. And this one really took advantage of the amount of... And the special effects, for such a low-budget film, the special effects were wonderful. They were all practical. And especially when you get to that final scene that I mentioned, to think of what happens in that as being a practical effect is it's incredible from an effects perspective. Really, for such a low-budget film, definitely keep a lookout for that one. It's got a few weird satanic elements in there as well. It starts off as sort of what you think's just going to be a normal slasher, takes this really wacky turn and just turns into blood, violence, gore, Satanism, horrible stuff, and you just sat at the screen mesmerised at what you're seeing. You can't take your eyes away. Honestly, it is one of my favourite horror films of the year. That I've seen this year. I don't know if it's an official 2016 release, but I saw it this year, so I'll count it.
Yeah, you should count it because if you see it like in a film festival, even though it's gonna take a long time to get a release, here in the States, that movie sounds like it's gonna see it like in 2 years.
Yeah.
And so it's like it counts.
It is from the US. I believe it was, filmed, and I believe everything to do with it was in, I want to say, Mississippi.
Okay.
So somewhere around Mississippi, Missouri, maybe somewhere around there. I think it was Missouri actually, but yeah, it is an American film. I give it a Google. Give it a Google, guys. See if it's anywhere near being released to you, and take this recommendation to keep your eyes out for it if you get the chance to see it.
Wow, that sounds, a lot of stuff that you said about the movie sounds even more interesting for me.
Oh yeah, well, if, like I said, if you do want to know any more, please go and check out episode 11 of Horror House, where there is more on Tonight She Comes.
No, I'm jealous that you saw Pet.
I did see Pet. Pet was another good film. That is on my honourable mentions.
That trailer was like, oh my god, that sounds so twisted.
It was twisted as hell.
I want to see it, like that movie for next year.
Yeah.
That movie and also Split, they're like my most anticipated for in horror.
Yeah, Split looks good. Split looks good.
Oh my god, I want to see it so bad because I enjoy so much of The Visit.
Yeah.
Because I'm a M. Night Shyamalan fan.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't like Lady in the Water.
Yeah. Or any of the other garbage.
The Happening, a lot of people hate it. I love it as a comedy.
But it's not a comedy though, and that's the thing. It is hilarious, but it is not an intentional comedy.
But it's so funny.
But
I saw in the theater, me, my mother, and my father, and my sister, we were laughing our ass off.
I don't blame you.
And we enjoyed so much. Even that we buy it on DVD
Oh,
on that same year.
that's going to the next level.
Maybe it's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
But that movie, even though I remember when I met my girlfriend at the time, 4 years ago, and I told her, have you seen this movie? The guy they're afraid of plants, and they say,
It's
Happening.
nonsense.
And I was like, oh, I love it.
It's
Oh
nonsense.
my God, we were connected even more.
Well, what a lovely way to bond over a film like The Happening.
Yeah, because there are a lot of horror movies that I have shown her because she doesn't like a lot of horror movies, and I always show her the special ones. And so, like I said, I always show her like the movies that have a lot of story, but it still scares you.
Yeah.
Like when we saw The Visit, she was like, I was so scared. I was like, oh my God, for me, The Visit, even though it was scary because The Visit, it was a very cool movie. Like the twist wasn't like a big thing because that twist you can see it from the very first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And so, like another movie that I show her, shout out to Susay, that is her name. It's called Krampus. I don't know if you have seen it already.
Oh my God! How many times can Krampus be brought up on this show? And Tom Bennis is gonna hate me now again because he's been at me.
Tom is asking you, and I am asking you to see it. And also, it's already Christmas. You need to see it.
I know. I have told Tom countless times that I will see Krampus, and then he can come on to the Horror House Christmas special, and we can discuss it then.
Oh, no.
I have promised him that. Tom, I'm
Yeah.
calling you out. I have promised you that.
No, now you're promising me also.
I'm promising you as well. I will watch Krampus this December, within the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, because Krampus, even though I have brought it up, because even though it was last year, that movie was so underrated. A lot of people didn't see it.
Me included.
Yeah, so Krampus, I remember a discussion that I had with someone that told me, I don't want to see it because it's horror. Someone on the internet.
Oh, what a horrible excuse for not seeing a film.
And I was like, Krampus, it's like Gremlins.
Yeah.
It's like a horror comedy.
Yeah.
And it's a PG-13, but for me it was like a PG.
Right.
So it wasn't like a, oh my God, they say shit like 3 times. I was seeing Christmas Vacation last night, and they were blocking all of the curse words.
Oh,
I was like, wow.
No.
I forgot that good
John Hughes?
John Hughes.
Yeah.
All of the John Hughes comedies, they always, it was PG,
Yeah.
but it was a good PG. Not like now, it's very kid friendly.
No, yeah. I mean, Ghostbusters was a PG.
Oh yeah, they had that blowjob scene.
Oh, famous Screen Junkies reference there as well.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So what's your number 4?
My number 4 was Conjuring 2. We've already talked about that. So let's move on to your number 4.
My number 4 is Lights Out.
Lights Out. I actually didn't see Lights Out because I was on holiday when Lights Out was playing.
Oh, so you haven't seen
that, it? Which I regretted not going seeing it. I did. I will admit that. Sorry, guys.
Lights Out was entertaining.
Yeah.
Because my friend, she told me, you need to see the short film. And I was like, I didn't even see it. Then I saw the movie. And I enjoyed it so much because first, there was like a cool scene because in the movie theater right here, they don't interact a lot. Like what you can see in the theater when I was in Mexico seeing a movie, let's say Twilight. I can never forget the third one when Bella is kissing Jacob.
Yeah.
So all of the auditorium full with girls and the boyfriends, and I was with my sister. We all shout "puta" in Spanish. I was like, even I was like, bitch, everybody's right there. And so I miss those type of audiences.
Yeah.
And so when I saw Lights Out, there was like a lot of young people. There's a scene when the ghost is hunting the boyfriend.
Brilliant.
And the boyfriend is up on the midair. Almost the ghost is gonna kill him. And the guy with the reaches into his pocket and he turns the lights of the car and turns the alarm.
Okay.
And so the ghost disappears and the boyfriend sees the house. And you can see the screaming of the girl. She's trapped with her brother, and he sees the way out, and he chooses the way out. Everybody was applauding because even I was like, "Oh my God, he's there to leave her." I was like, "Yes."
Well, it definitely sounds entertaining.
Oh, it was. Oh my God! Though that moment was so entertaining, and also that. They have like a little twist at the end. I'm not going to spoil it to you because that ending leaves you with questions.
Okay.
Because there's like a little mythology about the ghost when you see the movie, but Lights Out was very cool. And so, and also I needed to put it on the list because that was a really great theater experience.
Well, yeah, it sounds like you had the best time seeing Lights Out.
Yeah, because here where I live, horror is not very appreciated. The only big ones like Lights Out and Conjuring.
Yeah.
Like where I'm gonna get there, but like in Blair Witch, I was only with like 10 people.
Right.
And so I would have loved to see all of those teenage people that don't see a lot of horror.
Yeah.
They scream for everything because it's so entertaining because I laugh at them.
I hate seeing horror with these That's just me. I don't like watching horror with I don't really like watching horror with a lot of people, and that's a weird thing for me to say.
Well, it also depends on the movie. Like one of my worst of the year was The Boy.
Yeah.
And I saw The Boy on the Dollar Theater and was full of people.
Right.
And in that movie, it really bothered me because there was like 5 girls, like 15 or 16, they were like, "Oh my God, it's Spanish." And we're like, "Oh, it really scared me. I'm gonna have a heart attack." I was like, "Bitch, please." I was like, "Oh my God." And so, like, I was saying in Spanish, "Pinche pendeja." So that's the bitch please in Spanish.
Oh, see, this is where the Spanish curse words come out. This is where Horror House goes off the rails.
Oh yeah, so there's a lot of curse words that you can hear a lot in the theater, especially in Mexico. Here in the where I live in the border,
Yeah.
it depends on the movie. Like I remember seeing Force Awakens, and there wasn't a curse word, but everybody was screaming, and so because we were like, and a guy said, "We're the first ones to see it," they were like, "Yeah."
Wow, your theatre experiences are phenomenal compared to mine.
Oh no!
I just go and sit there quietly and watch the film. You get involved in crowds of people cheering and applauding. I don't do that a lot.
Like another example is Batman versus Superman. Everybody was applauding to Wonder Woman, but I wasn't applauding because that's another stuff to talk about. But I don't like Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman.
You don't?
I don't like her because I have seen her before in the Fast and Furious movies.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe also there's a factor that the trailer maybe spoiled that scene.
Yeah.
But even before seeing the trailer and everything, she's not, for me, she's not Wonder Woman. Maybe when I see her solo movie, maybe it's gonna change my mind.
Yeah, I have faith it will.
And so a lot of people were applauding throughout the movie, but you can see when you got out, a lot of people were saying, "I didn't like this, I didn't like that," and other people, "Oh my God, it's the best thing ever," and I was very torn. Because I enjoyed some parts. Yeah. But I didn't enjoy a lot. So that's another story.
Yeah, it is. It is. Let's move along. Because we are... If this episode could be 3 hours long if we continue to talk about whatever we want to.
Oh, yeah.
So let's move on. My number 3 is another one I saw at Grimfest 2016. In Manchester. It's a Korean zombie film.
Oh,
Train to Busan. It was excellent. It was the best zombie film I have seen in years.
Oh my God.
In years. Seriously. Maybe it's just... I have a bit of a... There's a bit of my heart that's has a fondness for Asian cinema. And obviously it was in Korean, so there's subtitles and all that. But I mean, the story was... zombie films can go either one of two ways. They can either have no story at all, which can result in an entertaining film, or they can have the level of story that Train to Busan had, that legitimately gets you quite emotional towards the end. There are some hard-hitting scenes in Train to Busan. That is a testament to how good the acting was in Train to Busan, and that is very rare from a zombie film.
Wow.
Seriously, I know it's had limited release in the US, I believe.
You and Collider Nightmares are really hyping this movie.
Yes, yeah, I have heard it mentioned on Collider Nightmares a couple of times. But yeah, I am fully on the Train to Busan hype. I mean, yeah, it is in Korean, so there are subtitles, which will put some people off. I know that, we can't get around that. But seriously, it is so worth the watch. I stand by saying that it is the best zombie film I have seen in the 2010s.
Yeah, because I was saying you said best zombie movie ever, because there's better ones.
No, not ever.
Okay,
not ever.
Because I was like, you're going against Romero.
No, I'm not going against Romero. I am in no way going against Romero, but it is the best zombie film of at least the 2010s. Maybe if I watch it a couple more times, maybe I'll love it to say the 21st century.
Yeah, because recently it hasn't been a good zombie movie these last 10 years.
No, I mean, Dead Snow from Norway. That was good.
I haven't never seen that one.
And its sequel's good as well. And its sequel has the best name ever. It's called Dead Snow 2 Red versus Dead.
Wow.
Because it's all about Nazi zombies, of course.
Sounds interesting.
Nazi zombies, snow, Norway. It's great. That is a direct opposite of Train to Busan, because Dead Snow has no story whatsoever. It's just entertaining and gory and fun. Train to Busan is entertaining, it is gory, it is fun, but it has that story and it has that emotion that takes it to the next level for me. And that is why it's as high as number 3.
Wow.
So yeah, Raul, what's your number 3?
Oh, yeah. So, another number mentioned, even though it's not a movie,
Okay.
but a lot of people consider it as a horror, Stranger Things.
Yeah,
I
of
love
course.
that show.
Of course. I'm very surprised we haven't actually had the opportunity to talk about it yet on this.
I
Maybe.
have seen that show 3 times already.
Oh wow.
I have already 2 shorts about Stranger Things.
Okay.
That show is already on my top 10 TV shows of all time.
Oh yeah. I'd be with you. I'd be with you there. I know.
It can go to the route of a lot of TV shows that they have that goes for first season and then goes to hell.
I hope it do. I really, really, really hope it doesn't do a True Detective on us.
Oh no.
I don't want that again.
It doesn't go for me like the Heroes route, because the Heroes got so bad after season 2, and so I was like, oh no. So like a lot of people said the Lost thing, but I was like, Lost got bad until season 5. And so like Stranger Things, I love all of the stuff they reference of Stephen King, all of the 80s.
Yeah.
And my number 3 is Hush.
Oh, okay. I didn't see this. I don't think I've been able to see this yet. That's why.
I don't know if it's in the UK, but it's on Netflix here.
We have very different things on Netflix to you guys have.
I know, because I have been also in Mexico, and I hated that a lot of good movies, recent movies from the theater, they go to Mexico Netflix, and in the US Netflix we got only the crappy direct-to-DVD movies. But Netflix here in the US is great for TV shows.
Okay.
The only good movies that they put out from the theaters are like rarely a comedy, or now they're doing Disney. They already had Zootopia.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have Civil War in, like I said, on Christmas. They think.
That's alright.
And so Hush, it was like a lot of people, they say Hush a great movie, and so we're like, okay, I'm gonna see it. There's a scene. It's in the beginning. It's not a spoiler, but I would have loved to see that scene in the theater, because I was screaming to the TV. The protagonist, she's washing the dishes, and she's deaf.
Right.
And so you can see the neighbor. She's slamming through the glass door.
Okay.
Please help me.
Okay.
Help me. And you can see the killer killing her.
Oh.
And like she's washing and washing and washing, and you can see killing her. And I was like screaming, oh my God.
Yeah, that's quite good.
I was like, hey, I was saying in Spanish to the neighbor, hey, if you know you have a deaf neighbor, why the hell do you run to that house?
That's a good point. That's a very good point. That's a very, very good point.
But it's still, that scene, it entertained me a lot. I would have loved to see a lot of people cursing in that theater because of that scene. And so after, I like all of the suspense. I like how the killer challenged the deaf girl. There's a lot of cool scenes. There's like a scene that looks like the ending. I was like, oh my God, they went there. But they do like a double twist.
Right.
And so it's a cool movie. I really enjoy Hush.
I'm looking at it now. It seemed to come out months and months ago. It seemed to come out in April. I don't know why I missed this one. I mistakenly said before that I don't think I've had the opportunity to see it yet. I have had plenty of opportunity to see Hush and haven't. So I must apologise again for not seeing that film, listeners.
No, it's okay, and also, like, even though it's a fall in the United States, but I would have loved to see Train to Busan and
Yeah.
Tonight She Comes. Like, those
Yeah.
movies sounds very interesting.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure Train to Busan will get... it'll get more and more sort of... I think it'll become more widely available pretty soon, because it's a bigger movie than something like Tonight She Comes. I really could not tell you when you're able to see Tonight She Comes in any format, other than at one of these little festivals, which, you know, could be anywhere.
Yeah.
But keep a lookout for both of those, definitely. Have we moved on to number... are we on number 2 now?
Yeah, number 2.
Okay, go for number 2.
Number 2 is Ouija 2.
Ouija 2 at number 2. Okay, that's not on mine. That's not on my top 5.
Ouija 2 surprised me.
Okay. Well, I mean, the first one was not good. That's why it surprised you.
The first one is crap. That first one is horrible.
Yeah, I mean, but Ouija 2, I know, you know, was pretty good for the most part. But
Yeah.
it's not.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's it's another one that I didn't see, and I'm not favourable in this episode at all. I have not seen a few of these. I really haven't. I think I make up for it by having seen the smaller 2 that I've talked about. But I didn't see Ouija 2 either, because I had no interest in seeing Ouija 2.
Oh,
It was just it's just
even I had interest to see it, but I was in Mexico.
yeah.
And I saw it like a month ago, and so in Mexico, theaters are very cheap. Like
Yeah.
here where I live, it costs $10 for the same quality. you can pay $3.
Oh, and $3 is like, what's that? That's maybe the equivalent of about £1.75.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
so
that's like really cheap.
$3 is 60 pesos. And also, when I go a lot to the theater, I have like a points card, and so
Right.
they give me like 15 or 20%. And I always, when I got a lot to the movies there, I was like, the last movie that I'm gonna see, technically is free, because
Yeah.
we pay the 2 tickets,
Yeah.
we pay the meal. Where, like I said to my friend, oh, you can ask for a sandwich, because in Mexico we have like a big baguettes. They
Yeah.
serve baguettes, sushi, pizza. It's
These
like
these
going to
these
a
cinemas
restaurant.
sound incredible where you go to.
Oh no, there's that's the cheaper one. There's the one that we call VIP. VIP costs $10,
Okay.
10 or 8, and you go
That's
to
still
a
not
lazy
bad.
boy. The seats is a lazy boy, a recline chair,
Wow.
and you have waiter servings.
Oh, see.
They serve alcohol.
Oh. This
And you can
is
ask for wine, beer, prepared drinks, sushi,
Sushi?
cake.
cake.
It's a where
get-
I live in, where I go in Monterrey, Mexico. Here is the best.
It sounds like the best. Guys, you now know why. You now know why Raul has seen more things than I have this year.
Yes.
Because the cinemas are not only cheap, but they serve cake.
Yeah, they serve cake also.
That's incredible.
Oh yeah.
That's
No,
brilliant.
Cheesecake, cakes, hot pretzels with Philadelphia cheese and burnt milk. We call it cajeta in Spanish. Oh no, there's a lot of stuff.
I've now forgot what your number 2 pick was. Oh yeah, it was Ouija 2.
Yeah, Ouija 2.
Yeah.
When I saw Ouija 2, I always go with my friends to say, and I told them, we need to see a horror one in the theater. And so we said, let's see this one. They have said that it's good. And so I got a text from my sister that she in Texas, she saw it. And so she told me it's a good one. And so she's telling me it's a good one. I was like, okay, so I need to see it. So I saw it. I was entertained from the beginning to the end. And there was some stuff that connects to the first one.
Yeah.
And so I was like, wow, that's true. That person is that one. And so if you connect the dots.
Yeah.
But that movie also, they made it for the people that didn't see the first one.
Okay. Okay, that's pretty... I mean, I just like the idea that, you know, a second film in what... that many people, including myself, which is why I didn't see it, thought was just going to be as bad as the first one. I just like the idea that it can be as good as people say it was. I just... that gives me that gives me hope for a lot of things, that they will get better in the end if they don't start off necessarily great.
Yeah, like an example, there's a lot of hype for Annabelle 2.
No.
They have said that they got, what was the name of the director? It's the same director from Lights Out. And one of the writers...
Don't remember who it was.
One of the writers are the same from... I forgot the movie. It's from the same writer from Don't Breathe, I think.
The writer for Don't Breathe?
Yeah, and also, but the director is the one from Lights Out. And so,
okay.
The writer...
So that's not a bad team.
Yeah, because one of the writers from Don't Breathe was Fede Alvarez.
Yeah.
And so, but he's not the writer. He's the other guy.
I mean, if Fede Alvarez was doing it, I'd be there. Opening day. No. I love the guy.
Yeah, but in Lights Out, I don't remember his name, but he's also, I don't know if he's from Brazil or...
Okay.
So I was like, because that's the other thing that I like from Lights Out, is you can see other talents. Because I'm a fan from Guillermo del Toro, Alfonso Cuarón, Iñárritu, and so I like when there's more diversity on the producing and directing movies.
Oh yeah, that can only be a good thing.
Yeah, and so I was like, and also they talk about it. I don't remember that it was. I think it was in Color the Nightmares. I was like, okay, so they want to get a lot of people that hate Annabelle 2 to see the new one.
Well, hopefully.
And so I was like, maybe I'll see the new one, like in a discount day. If I'm in the States, if I'm in Mexico, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to the
Yeah. Well, hopefully that can do the same as the Ouija, quote unquote, franchise has done, because I have zero interest in seeing Annabelle 2.
Yeah, because like an example, my mom hates horror movies.
Yeah.
And
so does mine.
She was forced to see it with my sister, and she loved it.
Okay.
She loved Ouija too, because that is a quote. It focuses more on the story instead of scaring you.
Well, that's good. No, that.
And she loves, like me, she loved the practicality about the ghost.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of horror movies, like, I don't remember like an example, but they go to the CG route.
Yeah.
And so I was like, no, it's good when you see a practical.
It is, and it's why we need practical. And I'm going to bring something up after we've finished with this list, because we are going slightly long, but hopefully it shouldn't be horribly long. But I do want to bring up something at the end. I will write that down now. Okay. Yeah, but Ouija 2, I will probably get around to seeing it at some point. I just had no real interest in going to see it at the... paying money to go and see it at the cinema.
It's the same writer and director from Oculus.
Okay.
So even I didn't like Oculus.
It was okay.
Oh,
I didn't see that.
Before seeing Ouija 2, after I saw it, I went to revisit Oculus because a lot of people tell me you need to give it another try. Because Oculus, I love a lot of stuff from Oculus. I like the girl from Doctor Who. I like all the story about the mirror and the psychology of how he controls everyone.
Yeah.
But that ending was so predictable for me. Because I guessed it from the very first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And so when I saw the movie again, I was like, well, I'm gonna give it a pass.
Yeah, it's definitely a pass film.
Yeah, I already gave it to him. I saw it on the Sci-Fi Channel like 3 weeks ago, and so I was like, okay, Oculus, you have my forgiveness. You have my perdón. That's I forgive you. And so that if you want to see Ouija 2, you can rent it. You're gonna enjoy it.
Oh well, that's another recommendation I've got from you, and so I will take that on board. My number 2 is what I presume is your number 1. Would I be correct in saying that your number 1 is Don't Breathe?
Oh my god!
Because that's my number 2, and and everyone here knows what my number 1 is.
Okay.
But let's talk about Don't Breathe first.
Okay, you first.
Because Don't Breathe was goddamn excellent.
Oh,
it was so good. It was so good. It was so good. It was so good. Don't Breathe. It had me on the edge for the entire runtime. Stephen Lang as the blind man was phenomenal. It had everything I was looking for. Fede Alvarez is the best. I'm a fan of Jane Levy. I think she's great.
I like her more in Evil Dead.
I have a love-hate relationship with the Evil Dead remake.
I like the originals, but Evil Dead the remake, I enjoy it.
It was good, but
it's because I saw it in Mexico and a lot of people were like, "Oh my God, it's too bloody and everything," and I was like, "Oh." I was so serious because I was enjoying the movie.
Yeah, it is enjoyable. It is enjoyable, and it got me to realise that Fede Alvarez is someone who's going somewhere. And now that he brought out Don't Breathe this year, he's up there in the horror directing world. He really is. Don't Breathe was just the perfect suspense film. It was exactly what I wanted going in, and it left me guessing. It left me guessing, and I could not. It just went to different places when I thought it was going to other places. It had really one particular disgusting moment, which anyone who's seen the film will know. The
turkey one?
That turned my stomach. Yeah, there was that. But Don't Breathe was... And I'm intrigued about this news about a sequel.
I don't want it.
I wouldn't... I think it works excellently as a standalone, but...
Yeah.
Look what they're saying. They've got Sam Raimi saying that it is the best idea for a sequel he's ever heard, and Sam Raimi is a horror god.
Oh yeah.
Fede.
A lot of people don't like Drag Me to Hell. I love.
Oh, I like Drag Me to Hell. Drag Me to Hell's great.
Oh no, I love it. I saw it 3 times in the theater. That one.
Wow.
Because I love it, and so I remember when I saw Drag Me to Hell, I was like, "There's." Even though I didn't like to see a sequel, but there's like a story. There's like a cool story for a sequel.
Yeah.
Because if you remember the ending, is spoiler.
Spoilers.
The guy has the bottom.
Yeah.
The bottom for the girl, and the girl goes to hell.
Yeah.
What would be a cool sequel if they can go like Dante's Inferno and he goes to hell to save her? but it's already 8 years too late.
Yeah, it is a bit late. When was it? When was Drag Me to Hell? 2009.
Yeah, 2009, 2008.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like your age. I was like 18.
I love this. I love how you said before, when I was 7 or 8 in, 97. I was born in 97.
Oh, wow.
I like that. Yes, I'm
Oh, no.
I'm 19.
97
I'm younger than everyone.
97 is one of my favorite years because.
Oh, well, that's nice of you to say.
Oh, nice. Not only because you were born.
Oh.
Because 97 was the first time I saw Scream.
Yeah.
The first time I saw Star Wars in a theater.
Oh.
I had never seen Star Wars before. My mother told me, "Oh my God, Star Wars! You need to see it." She took my sister and me to the theater, and Star Wars blew my mind.
Oh, see, I've never had the pleasure of seeing Star Wars in a
I
cinema.
still remember when I got out and she told me, "What do you think about it?" I said, "Oh my God, I love it." And she told me, "There's 2 more." Oh my God, we need to go to the video store right now.
Oh,
Because
I love it.
they were only playing the original one. They didn't
What's the
have
best one?
Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
It's the best one though. It's the best one. Star Wars. Star Wars original is the best one. Better than Empire Strikes Back.
Me, I love Empire Strikes Back.
Thank you.
I love more Star Wars.
Thank you, Raul, for agreeing with me when no one else does.
Yeah, because Star Wars is the movie that set up the whole thing, the whole universe that all of the fans love about Star Wars.
Exactly. But anyway, we're not talking about Star Wars. We're not talking about Star Wars. We're getting off track. Don't Breathe. We're talking about. Was Don't Breathe your number one?
No.
No, it wasn't.
Don't Breathe. I didn't like it.
Oh wow.
Because.
This has turned interesting.
This is a great story.
Okay.
Because I was in Mexico at the time. I think Don't Breathe was in like September, I think. Here in the States, September or August, I don't remember.
Yeah, September, I think.
I was in Mexico, and Mexico, it just got out like a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but at that time, I was like, oh my God, I'm missing that movie. Everybody's talking about it. I saw it 2 weeks later. But my mother and my sister wanted to see it with a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And so she dragged my mother to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And my mother told me, I hate this movie so much.
Wow.
Because she told me, you're not going to like it. I was like, really? Because I know her. When she told me that like a lot of horror movies that she hates, I love them.
Yeah.
And so she told me, see all of the little things. I was like, okay. So I was trying to enjoy the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, oh my God, there's a lot of plot holes.
Oh, Raul, you're breaking my heart.
I know I'm breaking your heart.
You're breaking my heart.
Like Padme, and you're seeing me like Anakin. I'm gonna have you like
Raul,
a little list.
Raul, you're breaking my heart.
Yeah.
That was my impression of Natalie Portman.
I can do it like Anakin. If you're not with me, then you're my enemy.
Well, should we just recreate that scene from the Revenge of the Sith for everybody now?
Yeah, and you can say only the Sith speak in Exodus.
No, we're not doing that.
So, like, I have a little list.
Yeah.
I did this list in Spanish in my phone, and my mother sent me her list, and we were like a lot of stuff we agree on.
Oh.
One of the plot holes: how the blind man kidnapped the rich girl.
I don't care how he did it. The fact is he did it. That I don't need to know how the blind man captured the girl. I just know that he did. Because the blind man's a machine. How did he kill the people that he kills in the film? That's just the same question as asking how did he capture, because the man is a beast. Even though he's blind, he's unstoppable.
Okay, I have another one.
I want to see so much more blind man.
Okay, why the hell? I wrote it even like that in Spanish. Why the thieves, the trio, why didn't take off the vibrator mode?
That's a good point.
Okay,
That's a good point. That's a good point. They should have turned off vibrate.
Because if they're so experienced of going to steal stuff in different houses, why they didn't took off the vibrator? Because for a blind man, it's gonna hear better.
Yeah, that. Do you know what? That's a good point, but I don't think it will. That doesn't affect the film for me at all.
Okay, because.
But I get that though. I get why that would bother someone.
Okay, I have another one. Why the innocent one? Because remember, it's Gene Levy, and there is the guy that is a douchebag, and the other one.
Yeah.
So the innocent one.
Yeah.
If he had the chance to leave, why did he didn't leave? Because you remember he goes back for her.
Yeah, that's why he didn't leave. Because he went back for her because he wanted to be the hero.
But
come on.
He was gonna be also in the friend zone. He was
in the friend zone.
He was friend zone in the first minute.
Why does that matter?
It bothered me because that kid had the chance to survive.
He wanted to go back to save the woman he loved, Raul. I don't care if he was in the friend zone.
Oh no, he was in the friend zone.
I don't care.
You see that movie again? And now that you have heard my point, you're gonna see it.
It won't affect my enjoyment. I'm being stubborn on this. It won't affect my enjoyment.
Okay, I have another one.
Okay.
Remember the scene when she's trapped with the dog in the car?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, spoilers. I call this scene the Cujo scene.
Yeah.
Because she's trapped with the dog.
Yeah.
If she's a thief, why didn't she do those things with the plugs to turn on the car and she ran away?
Well, maybe she doesn't know how to do that.
Well, okay, I have another
maybe
one.
She's not a car thief.
So
yeah, I've got a valid response to that one.
When she got into the car, maybe she could find maybe like a racket or something in the car, maybe like a tool for the car, maybe to change the tires to kill the dog.
Raul, look at all what she'd just gone through. She'd gone through hell in that blind man's house. She wasn't thinking straight, quite clearly. I would do the exact same thing. I would sit in there and not do anything. My mind would be racing. These are little nitpicks. Tiny little nitpicks.
But if I was her, if I was a guy trapped with a dog, I'm 6 foot tall. I think I'm strong. I would have killed the dog.
I couldn't kill. Well, I couldn't kill a dog. None of that size.
Well,
That dog was violent. You couldn't kill that dog.
Okay. I have another one. Spoiler alert.
Oh. Do we really want to spoil it?
Oh. Okay.
Do we really want to spoil it?
Well, I'm not gonna spoil it.
Okay.
But you already mentioned it. The sequel idea.
Yeah.
So you already know what's my nitpick on that one. It revolves around her at the end. I think you already guessed it.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say it. And so there's another one in the beginning of the movie. No, the other ones they're very spoilery because it involves on the turkey thing.
Okay. Well. Let's stop arguing about Don't Breathe because I think it's killing both of us.
I trust on the Fede Alvarez because I like the Evil Dead one.
You are the only person I've spoke to who does not love Don't Breathe.
Oh yeah, even Brian Hurst.
Shout out to Brian.
Shout out to Brian. He liked Don't Breathe, and I said I didn't like it because I tell him all the things that I had a problem with.
Yeah.
And so there was only a movie that we agree on. I think it was Lights Out, I think. And Blair Witch. We agree a lot on Blair Witch.
Okay. Well, should we move on to your number one?
Okay. My number one, also an honorable mention, even though it's not horror.
Okay.
10 Cloverfield Lane.
10 Cloverfield Lane.
I love love that movie. I will be happy if John Goodman gets a nomination, but I know he's not gonna get it
He's
because that
not.
movie was in March.
Yeah, it's the release. The release has stopped any possibility of that happening. As deserved as it might be.
Yeah, so my number one is Blair Witch.
Wow.
Yeah, because I remember in
Wow.
an episode you didn't like the original one.
No. No, no.
I told,
Which is why I didn't go and see this one either.
okay.
By now, guys, if you have listened to all of this episode, you know that I don't go and see things I don't want to go and see. I didn't go and see Blair Witch because I really don't like the Blair Witch Project.
I'm gonna give you a tip because
Okay.
I have told you a lot of movies that you haven't seen.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a tip because there's some movies that I didn't want to see this year, and
Yeah.
I still went to see them outside of horror
Yeah.
because I love to go to the theater.
Oh yeah, so do I. I mean, I go
And
a lot. It's just I have, I don't know.
it depends on your time. It depends
Yeah.
on your interest. Maybe like an example, The Boy. That movie
Yeah.
I didn't want to see it.
But you went to go and see it anyway.
I went to see it and I paid $1.50.
Which-
I was bored, but I didn't say, "Oh my God, I spent $10 and I hated that piece of garbage."
Yeah.
And so
Which would be more likely which would, be more like what I would, about the same price that I would pay to go and see it. Hey, I don't like, no, I'm not going to say it like that. I don't know. When it comes to going to see horror at the cinema, because I hold this genre so dear,
yeah.
I don't want to go and watch anything that I don't think I'm going to love, if you know what I mean.
No, I get you
Because
there's some movies
it just
like,
sort of, I don't know. Also, I do tend to be more of a fan of, older horror as opposed to modern day. Still, that is the case.
that's very cool of you. Like you're so young and you've seen no horror.
Oh yeah, let's go back to the 20s.
Oh yeah, I haven't even seen a lot of horror of that time. I have only seen like Frankenstein and
Yeah.
Dracula and the Wolfman. The
Well,
original ones.
Yeah, well, Dracula 1931 is one of my all-time favorite horror movies.
Wow.
It really is. I love that one, and people who listen to HorrorHouse know this by now. They know I am a bigger fan of older horror than I am of modern horror, and that is just why that is my justification for not going to see every horror film this year, is because I don't want to go and see the sort of middle of the road to bad horror films. I want to go and see the good to great horror films that people I trust have said these ones are great, which is why I'm taking a few of your recommendations from today, because I trust what you say.
Okay, let me tell you why I picked Blair Witch.
Okay.
Because, like you said, I saw Blair Witch in '99.
Yeah.
I didn't see it in the theater. I saw it in VHS.
Mm-hmm.
And so, sorry, I saw it a year later because
Okay.
at that time I was in Mexico. That movie got late. And
Yeah.
so I see it on VHS and I was scared because I was 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that scared me the most was the intrigue because you can feel that you're with them trapped in that forest.
Mm-hmm.
But that ending was horrible.
Yeah.
I didn't like that ending because there was no payoff.
Yeah. I mean,
Even though-
it's a film you either love or hate, really, I think.
Yeah, even though it scared me because when that cut out,
Yeah.
I got a VHS that cut out at that exact moment.
Yeah.
It didn't have credit.
Yeah.
So I was few of those people because, 15 years ago, the internet was a luxury.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So for me, I thought that this story was true. I thought it was
Yeah.
in a documentary.
Yeah, I mean, being See, if maybe my, sort of perception of the Blair Witch Project would have changed had I have been 5 years older. You
Yeah.
know, if I was talking to you now as a 24-year-old, maybe I'd love the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, because
Maybe.
there's some interesting things in the original one, but not talking to the new one.
Yeah.
I was hyped because there was the surprising Comic Con, and I didn't get to see it. I was there in San Diego, and I got the Woods
Yeah.
invitation to go to see it,
Yeah.
and so I was like, oh my god, I need to see this instead.
Yeah.
And then they reveal on Twitter it was the Blair Witch. I was like, oh my god, why I didn't see it?
That was a incredible piece of marketing.
Oh yeah, and so I was hyped when I saw it, and I love it even more than the original because,
Oh, wow.
like I said, the original I didn't like it as much.
Yeah.
But a lot of people said that this one it focuses a lot on the original.
Yeah.
Because it feels like a remake.
Yeah.
But on the last 30 minutes, Morgan, those last 30 minutes, it goes extreme. There's piece after piece of horror. There's twist after twist. And that ending, I still remember when I talked to my friend Susay, she told me, that movie's never gonna play here. Tell me everything. And when I told her all, and she was like, oh my god, even the ending. And she told me, I'm not gonna see that movie on the theater. Because she told me, I'm not gonna stand it. Maybe I'm gonna see it on DVD.
Yeah.
And so that movie, The Blair Witch, I love because it spans the lore. It make you do I was already theorizing through half of the movie. And so when I saw that end, I was like, oh my god, they went there. And so because I was amazed about the ending. And so they leave you also with questions, but not the questions like, oh, they're gonna destroy your viewing experience.
Yeah.
These questions, they're gonna enhance it.
Okay.
Because even I really love Blair Witch, even though I haven't seen it again. I only saw it once on the theater, and so I'm waiting to maybe not buy it, maybe rent it and then buying it when it's already on a cheaper price.
Yeah.
But in horror this year, I like Blair Witch because it surprised me. It's one of those I don't like also found footage.
No.
That found footage was okay for me.
Okay.
And also, I really like the connection between the first one and this one.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, if you give it a chance, you will see my points. I will really love the discussion when you see it.
Well,
because like I said, don't do that. You said I don't want to see it, but you already had the chance.
I'm sorry for being stubborn.
No, it's okay. I'm stubborn too. Like a lot of people have told me, go to see Hacksaw Ridge of Andrew Garfield with the new one with Mel Gibson, but I don't like war films.
Well, I mean, if you don't like that kind of thing, then you're not going to go and see it. That's that's fair enough. I mean, we don't get Hacksaw Ridge here till January, which is a travesty, but I will be going seeing it.
I'm gonna see it until it's on DVD.
Okay.
Because the only war film that I have seen only in the theater was American Sniper 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was bored out of my mind, and I wanted to get out. But for me, if I seen the movie here in the States, I was already paying like $10. I was like, I'm so cheap that I was like, no, I want to see the end. And so the other war films that I have seen all of my life was Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
And Schindler's List.
Which are two of the
Schindler's
best.
List, I was like 7 or 8 years old, and I only seen like half of it. And I said to my parents, I'm out. I was like, no, I can. And Saving Private Ryan, I needed to see it like 3 times because on the first scene in Normandy, I was like, I'm
Yeah.
out. When I saw it when I was there, I
Oh.
was like, I'm out. And I saw it on VHS because I think I'm not going to stand to see a war film on theaters
Right.
because
Okay.
maybe a lot of people will say, but you have seen fantasy like Lord of the Rings or Star Wars. You can see
Yeah.
war scenes, but it was like, yeah, but those are fake.
Yeah, I get
Like
that.
in Game of Thrones.
I get that.
These type of movies like Saving Private Ryan
Yeah.
or House of Rich are based on true stories.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't because like that scene of Normandy looks so real.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I cannot see this. And I'm a fan of horror. I have seen gore and a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But when you know it's real,
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Yeah.
It's based on something real. I'm out. All right, no.
No, that's fair enough. So what you're telling me and all that is, if you were a contestant on the Schmodown, you would not want the category of war films.
Oh no,
on
I
the
know
wheel.
I'm screwed. I will be screwed on the small than if and my friend told me.
So
you
opponent's choice, we pick war for you.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna be screwed on that one.
Okay, great. Well, my number one.
Ooh.
Drum roll. Coming as no surprise to anybody who has ever spoke to me ever, it's The Witch.
Oh.
Because The Witch is perfect in every way. And Raoul hates The Witch.
Oh, I don't hate it.
Raoul does
I
not
didn't
like
it.
The Witch.
I didn't like it, but I will say that Wish has good cinematography.
It has phenomenal cinematography.
Has great music. It's intriguing, but the thing that I didn't like about The Witch, for me, the ending was predictable.
Oh, the ending was
So-
excellent. Oh, I love The Witch. Everybody knows I love... Do you know what? I'm not even going to go into a great deal of detail about The Witch, because I pretty much do every single episode. And this was an obvious choice for me.
I have binged the last 6 episodes of HorrorHouse Pod, and so I know why you like The Witch.
Yeah.
Because also, like you said, you like all horror.
Yeah.
That movie is very... It's like...
It
that
does
movie was shot in the 20s.
It does have an old horror vibe.
Yeah, it has a lot of old horror vibe. That point wasn't against... I didn't have that point against it.
Okay.
That movie had the chance to go somewhere else. Because there's a lot of movies that I like where they go different.
It was
Like-
different.
For me, it wasn't because... Remember that scene when she's on the lake watching her brother and sister?
Yeah.
And the brother and sister, they're laughing at her, telling her a story about the witches.
Yeah.
That scene is foreshadowing the ending.
But it was great. But it was excellent. It was so
Oh.
good.
Like I told you, that movie, I give it a passing grade. I give
Okay.
it like a
Well,
seven.
at least it gets a pass. At least it gets a pass.
I
Because
give
some
it a
people
pass,
flat out
but I
hate
didn't-
it.
But I didn't hate it. The one that I hate was Don't Breathe.
My top 2 you don't like. And that's wacky. That is bizarre. I really wasn't expecting that to come out of this discussion.
If you didn't see a lot of the movies that I picked, I think this.
No, that's true. That's true. But
You only saw Conjuring.
what else did you? Oh, well, is that true? That's not true.
Yeah, because I said Bear Witch, Hush, Ouija 2, what was the other one? Lights Out.
Oh. Well. That well, hopefully that's just proof for a better discussion about more films.
No, and also improves.
Yay, this episode.
The different experiences of a film.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I seriously, though everybody knows The Witch is just holds that place in my heart for me. This episode has gone on rather long,
Okay.
but that is great because
Oh, yeah.
this is a special episode.
Because we already said the best ones. Like
Yeah.
a quick one, if you remember, without making a list, I can tell you the worst ones really quick. Like the
Okay,
boy,
go.
I didn't like the
The
boy.
the boy is
Uh,
up there on the worst lists. What else is there?
I don't know. You see the movie Cell with John Cusack and
Cell.
Arnold
I heard it
Jackson.
was dreadful. I didn't
It's
go and see it. Cell's up
it's
there on the worst
horrible.
list.
It's
What?
horrible. It's not even worth it. Like you see it for free.
Oh, what's up there? What else is up there on the worst list?
Pride and Prejudice Zombies.
Pride and Prejudice Zombies looked utterly crazy, and I kind of wanted to go and see it, but I didn't because I heard it was awful.
It's awful. And another one, maybe it will be a controversial one, but I didn't like Green Room.
Oh. I didn't like Green Room as much as everybody else seemed to like Green Room. To be fair, I don't class Green Room as a horror.
A lot of people classify it as a horror. I was like, for me, that was a drama.
Yeah, it wasn't a horror film.
No,
But no, I didn't like that as much as everybody else seemed to either. So I am sort of with you on that one.
This movie I don't consider it the worst. I consider it to be like a 5.
Okay.
It's not possible, but I like some stuff from Morgan, but I didn't like some stuff from Morgan.
Yeah. I didn't go and see it because I thought I would get distracted by the fact that it was my name.
No, Morgan, for me, was Species, the remake.
Okay.
There's a lot of things from Species in that movie. I don't know if you have seen Species.
No.
Oh my god, that's a classic. You need to see it.
Oh my god, you should know this by now if you...
I forget that you're young. But Species is not a masterpiece. But Species is like those type of horror that only focuses on the horror. It's entertaining.
Yeah.
You need to see the original one. The first one is with Alfred Molina. I forget all of the cast, but Alfred Molina is there.
Okay.
It's in 96, I think, or 95.
Okay. It's in the time period that, you know, maybe 95 to 2003 is probably my worst time period for having seen films. I don't know, that's, you know, around the time I was born and, like, a baby, toddler. So it's just sort of, anyway,
You have some movies that it says is the worst
do I have some movies that will be the worst?
from this year.
From this year? What, just in general or just with horror still?
With horror.
With horror? Well, I mean, like I said, I don't see the bad ones. So that it's kind of difficult to me. I mean, I know that will perhaps disappoint you and a lot of listeners hoping for in-depth knowledge of all horror this year, but you should know that that isn't the case by now.
No, and like I have some first experience with horror movies. Like I saw The Babadook.
The Babadook was a good movie that was completely ruined by the world's most irritating child. Those are my thoughts on The Babadook.
I like The Babadook.
That's it.
It has some very interesting ideas. I really like. It was more focused on the drama between the mother and the child.
Yeah.
Another first experience was Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat's good.
If you have seen Trick or Treat, it's the same director and writer from Krampus.
Yeah, I know.
And,
I know.
Krampus, the other thing that we need to mention it again, but Krampus, the other thing that I love about Krampus is practical effects.
Oh, yeah.
That guy, I
yeah.
saw the documentary behind the scenes of Krampus and Trick or Treat, and that's the thing that he always said. He loves practical.
Well, we all love practical.
And so I was like, if they really hired him for Godzilla 2, I was like, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Because I hated Godzilla 1.
Ooh,
the one from 2 years ago.
I didn't mind it.
Oh, my dad, he was grown up with the old movies of
Yeah.
Godzilla, and he hated it.
Oh.
And he was like, I hated this, I hated that. And he make a lot of jokes, like in the honest trailers. Oh, we're gonna see that fight. Oh,
Yeah.
the TV. I was like,
Yeah.
I was so happy that my dad hated it as much as I did. Because also my father, he doesn't see a lot of movies. He sees a lot of movies, but he doesn't say a lot of his opinions. And so when he gets that type of opinion, I was so happy. And so we can share the same opinion.
Yeah, that's always good.
And so also I saw Ringu for the first time.
Oh.
And you're gonna be.
Am I gonna be annoyed again?
Yes.
Oh dear.
Because I didn't like the Japanese version. Maybe it's because I have seen a lot of times the remake,
Yeah.
the American one, but there was some stuff from Ringo that I liked. But a lot of people hype it. Ringo is scarier than the American one. For me, it wasn't scary at all.
Raul, we're killing each other in this episode, aren't we?
Hey, but Morgan, that's a good thing because
That is a good thing.
Podcast
That is a good thing.
That we're exploring our different opinions.
We are.
And also, this is my first time on a podcast.
Yes, it is. And it won't be your last.
I'm amazed that I haven't even get stuck on my English because sometimes I get stuck.
Your English is exceptional.
Thank you.
It really is. Like, seriously.
Maybe because I'm speaking of the stuff that I love.
Yeah.
Because it's movies.
Yeah.
If you tell me that you need some tax explanations, I'm gonna get stuck. Taxes or political or something else.
I don't want. This is not the podcast for those type of things.
I know, but like, what was the other thing that I wanted to tell you about? You haven't seen the janitor yet, right?
No, I haven't. It's not available on DVD in the UK. I can't. It's not possible for me to watch it in the UK.
Like Brian said, if you want to, you can video. We can do a video.
That would be the only way I could possibly watch it. We must do that at some point. We have to.
I have it.
We have
I have
to.
it signed by Andy.
Oh.
By Andy Signor. You should have seen Morgan's reaction when he told me because he was so happy to see me.
I bet he was.
Because I have only knew him on Comic-Con of 2016, and so when he greeted me and he told me, "What do you think about the pilot of Pictures of Fear?" I was like, "I really like it," and everything. He told me he was so happy that he saw me, and I told him, "Hey, can you sign me this?" Because he already signed up like a piece of ScreenJunkies memorabilia.
Yeah.
And so I showed him the DVD. You can see his smile, Morgan. His smile and his eyes sparkle.
Oh.
And he immediately said, "What do you think about it?" And he said, "I really like it. It was gory. And there was a lot of stuff that I like on the genre." And so I was like, "I really like it." And he screamed to Dan and Spencer. He said, "He signed my movie." And I said, "Can you sign it?" "Oh my God, yes!" And he signed it. The little chapter paper,
yeah,
the DVD, and also the cover.
Yeah.
And so he was so happy.
That's a prized possession, Raul.
Oh yeah, and also after that moment, I took a photo with Dan, Spencer, and Ken, and also with Andy, and then I gave him like a letter about all of the stuff that I have experienced.
Yeah.
Even before that moment. Because after that moment, I met a lot of you of the Top family. Jack Shipley, you, Nolan. Nolan already met him before. But I met Brian and Ashley and Joe and Tom and Kimber. And so at that moment, before that moment, I was like, wow.
All we have to do is meet in person now.
Oh, yeah. Because that's the thing that I love most about this. Because other thing that my friend has told me, you have evolved a lot because I really like to chat a lot on the phone.
Yeah.
I like to do it more personal.
Yeah.
And so when we do the talks things on the video,
Yeah.
and also when we do like this,
Yeah.
you can feel it more personal.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's why I love doing this sort of stuff.
And also, she told me you have evolved on your relationship on the internet, because I say, I know you're right. You're very right, and that's the other stuff. In that moment in January, it's almost gonna be a year. 2 hours later is when Andy showed up on Twitter, says #1 fan RAUL Rodriguez. You can see my reaction, Morgan. I was crying because that day was a lot of good moments.
Oh, yeah.
I was so happy. I was tired to be on a bus for like 12 hours, but that day was so beautiful.
Yeah.
And so, like, another thing, all of the names I already mentioned, a lot of people over you, Langley, Amy Awesome, Sam Kalin, there's a lot of people.
Everyone.
Jared,
Everyone.
But Billy Pollard, my sweet boy Billy. Because he has told me I'm a sweet boy, and now I need to say it.
Well,
I'm going to say in Spanish, mi dulce niño, Billy.
There you go, Billy. There you go.
You're going to get a special one because it's in Spanish also.
Raul, this has been the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
This has been a great episode. A very long episode, but a very fun episode. Do you have anything you want to plug at the end here?
I don't have a YouTube channel. I'm planning to do one because a lot of people have told me. Also, shout outs to a friend in New York that I met. His name is Gerald Wu. He has told me, you have the thing to do it. So I was like, you think? Because I always had to try to shout videos and I always delete them.
Yeah.
Because the Screen Junkies News audition, if you saw it, that took
I did.
Like 10 shots to make it.
It's not easy sometimes to to do that sort of stuff. Yeah,
so I'm planning to do one. I need to do it because a lot of people have told me to. And I want to, but that's the thing I don't get, because I'm not afraid. I have speak to a lot of people in audience live and everything, but I don't know why I'm afraid to the camera.
Well,
with myself, because I have been in television and a lot of stuff, and I was like, why am I afraid to a personal camera alone? I don't know why. I don't get it.
Raul, you know that if you ever, if and when you do this, you've got not only this podcast's support, my support, and everybody else's support as well.
Oh, yeah. I have a lot of people support.
Anyway, where can people find you on Twitter?
You can find me at Raul Bader RDC. That's my Twitter handle. You can find me on the Top channel. And also I participate in our Shade panel. And also shout out to all the shows we have on Top. Also the DVD Bunker, BFF.
Big shout out to Tough. Big shout out to Tough channel. They're awesome. And I often link them down in these little description things, and I will do that the same. Tough, you've got yourself a link.
All of the community, our Tough community, the ScreenJunkies community, is the best because I have people to speak about these subjects.
And
that's the thing I love the most.
That's why we love doing these things.
Yeah.
Yes, guys, thank you so much for listening to this very fun episode of HorrorHouse, episode 14, the best of 2016 in horror episode. As always, you can follow this podcast at HorrorHousePod on Twitter. Use the hashtag HorrorHousePod if you want to talk to us about anything we've mentioned today. If you want to shout at me for not seeing a great deal, if you want to shout at Raul for not liking Don't Breathe. And follow me on Twitter at the Purple Dawn. Subscribe to the YouTube channel that these shows are on. And you can catch the audio-only show, audio-only versions of this show on Spreaker.com. I think it's .com. So yeah, Raul, once again, thank you so much for coming on. I will have you back as soon as I possibly can because this was so much fun.
No, muchas gracias, Morgan.
Ah,
Thank you
there's
so
the
much for
Spanish.
inviting
There's
me.
the Spanish. Guys, thank you for listening as always. Until next time, goodbye.